Now let's talk about some alphabets. I will put all this away later.
For sure.
I'll do it, I promise. All right, so we're going to talk about one of the die sets. This is called Alphanumeric, and Alphanumeric we launched last year. We did this in two sizes, 3/4 inch and 1 inch. This is the 1 inch font. And what's nice about this is just an alphabet thinlet that allows you to cut out whatever words you want out of a design. It has multiple letters. What is it, like 200 and something dies in a package? Because it has multiples of all the letters, all the vowels, all the letters, so you can spell complete words just using the set. And how I use these is normally I will take the dies, I will position them on my workspace, I will place them down and spell my word. So I'm putting it die down so I can read the word the way I would do it, like if I was going to do ranger. I can space them far apart, close together, as long as they don't overlap. My cut edges on the outside, so I can really get a nice close word if I want. Once I position the letters, I take a piece of washi tape, stick them right over the entire word, lift it up, and that's what I run through as my die, right? So even if I had a magnetic platform I was using, I don't rely on the magnets holding those letters where I want. Because really when it goes through, all it takes is one little bump and it's over. So you might as well just use a piece of tape. But what's cool about these is their ability to kind of not only create positive words, but also some negative space. So I'm just going to take a piece of cardstock. I am going to move to the precision on this because I've got a lot of different cut lines. I don't have that open space, so you know, I'm a creature of habit. Pretty much use my precision base plate for 90% of the cuts until I go to a frame. So
they don't wrap the steel dies at all, the precision plate? Like,
it does not.
Because it's metal on metal.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really, really nice. And I mean, we put this through the paces. Like for those wildflowers, we cut 110 out of those. Yeah, we cut 110 out of those in about an hour because we duct taped the button on, but that's just how we roll. So we go, I just used my machine to emboss paper, it broke. I'm like, no, it didn't. You did something to it. You can just decide. Yeah, and it was nice because I thought, you know, at some point those thin flowers, the fact that we just kept cutting and cutting, it's gotta, maybe there's gonna be a weak spot or shim it, and we never needed to do that. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, and when we do multiples, I mean, we do horrible things. We tape the thinlits to our cutting pads. That's how we do it. So we just tape this, we have wax paper on it, we place the paper, lay that cutting pad down, lift it up, your dies are still in there, clean it out. So it's like a press. Not that Sizzix won't teach you to do that. Yeah, they're on Periscope. They're like, you need to watch when you demo. You need to know. So this was really designed as a great cutout font. You've seen all the words that I've done where I've done the holiday and the everyday and the travel block and script. This font is really a great negative font. But there's something to be said about these letters. I have an entire box. Last year when we did the die, I'm like, every time I cut these, I'm going to save those letters in a box. And I have tons of letters. And I thought, well, gosh, there's got to be a cool way to work with these letters. So here's what I came up with. Let's say I take a piece of deco sheet. It's like that. This is just kind of a adhesive back, sparkly vinyl. It's adhesive back so I can stick it onto cardstock or chipboard or anything like that. I'm just going to cut a couple of letters on here. I thought by now you would find your initials and hand them to me or something. It's just so like, what's up with them, Mark? Really?
Why not?
I have to be up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Really? Had to be up very early this morning. I'm just going to cut some out of deco sheet.
Event before I saw it.
Oh, you had an event before the event?
Yeah.
Oh, then I do feel bad. That's rough. That's an early event. Is it like a breakfast event? Oh, yeah. Okay. So here I've just cut out just some letters. Same letters out of deco sheet that we had before, right? Nice and sparkly. I could peel and stick them, make my own stickers. So this show, because I use this so often and I have all these letters, I created Alphanumeric Marquee. And all I wanted to do was create a marquee font that works with this alphanumeric. It works with the 1 inch, the size for that. So let's see how lucky I am if I can find an R and an A. So far so good. R. No. It's just the 1 inch. Yep. That's it. Because I really wanted to kind of have that cutability. You'll see in just a second. I'll use the brown side. This. I'll place this down. So the outline that we're going to get, the negative space is going to be identical to this. So if you want to still use it as a negative, you can, but the positive that we're going to get, pretty cool. So now what we've cut, we still get those letters, but these letters now have holes cut through them that when you stack them on top of your other letter, you get the marquee. See it? Cool. So not only can you get a marquee where you've got like those little diamonds inside or colors or metallic or anything like that. See, it's the aha. It's very cool by itself. It can also be used if you like to stitch. You can take that, put it on a card. You've got the perfect holes to just go in and do a stitch through that. Or if you're into industrial steampunk like me, it's a perfect hole to fill it with a brad, right? So I can cut out a metallic cardstock, put a brad here, maybe skip a hole and make it look like it's riveted on. So it's more than, I had to call it something. I'm like, do I call it riveted font, marquee font, stitching font? Yeah, but people get marquee. So that's just a really great overlay. It is, it's fun. It's a whole new way. So I always like when people own something and there's something new to use it with, you're like, now I get to use that with that. What's better than that? Anytime you see it, you're like, I already have that. I'm halfway there. So I need this, right? Yeah, like we need an excuse, or you have to get, right. Or your customers come in like, well, you already have that. All you need is that to make that. But it does, it gives it a whole nother use, and that's what I find really fun about the new Alphanumeric Marquee. So pretty cool. Some other new things that we did, obviously we did some new texture fades. The texture fades, we really went to match up the line of Dapper, and you'll see a lot of this throughout my designs with Ideology and Stampers Anonymous. You'll see stamps that match with this. You'll see papers that have this kind of texture. So I really try when I design to have a little kind of tie-in between all the brands. So if you do like to work with everything and your customers want to have everything kind of relate to one another, I always try to have just a little bit of design element. Not everything's the same, everything's a little slightly different, but I think overall the look and feel of it, it's really great that you can have new products that work together and work really well together. So, any questions?